Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will enter the world crafted in The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. The Mysterious Affair at Styles is Agatha Christie's debut novel, published in 1920, introducing one of her most iconic characters, the detective Hercule Poirot. Set in the fictional Styles court in Essex during World War I, the novel centers around the mysterious death of Emily Inglethorp, the wealthy mistress of Styles court. The story is narrated by Arthur Hastings, a friend of Poirot, who becomes involved in the investigation of this intricate murder mystery. Plot summary. In the peaceful countryside of Essex, the tranquil world of Styles court is suddenly shattered by an unexpected tragedy. Arthur Hastings, a former soldier recovering from war wounds, has been invited to the grand estate by his old friend, John Cavendish. He arrives expecting a restful stay, but instead finds himself entangled in a dark mystery. Styles Court is a charming estate owned by Emily Inglethorp, a wealthy and strong-willed woman who controls the family's fortune. She had recently married a man much younger than herself, Alfred Inglethorp, a strange and unlikable figure who is openly resented by the rest of the household. Despite her generosity towards her family, Emily's marriage to Alfred has raised tensions, particularly with her stepsons, John and Lawrence Cavendish, who rely on her financial support. Among the other residents of Styles Court are John's wife, Mary Cavendish, a quiet, enigmatic woman with whom Hastings feels an instant fascination, and Evelyn Howard, Emily's devoted companion, who makes no secret of her dislike for Alfred. There's also Cynthia Murdoch, a bright and lively young woman working at the local Red Cross hospital, who owes her stay at Styles to Emily's kindness. Tensions are simmering beneath the surface of this grand household, and it isn't long before they boil over. One night, the peaceful sleep of the household is disrupted by alarming sounds from Emily's bedroom. The door is locked from the inside, and by the time it's broken open, it's too late. Emily lies in her bed, convulsing and gasping for breath, but no one can help her. She dies in front of her family, leaving behind a mystery that will shake the foundations of Styles Court. The circumstances of Emily's death are suspicious. Her dying words, the scattered items in her room, and the strange behavior of those around her raise questions. The family doctor suspects a heart attack, but another doctor, Bauerstein, a specialist in poisons, hints that something more sinister might be at play. Hastings, sensing the gravity of the situation, immediately thinks of his old acquaintance, Hercule Poirot. Poirot, now living as a refugee in the nearby village, is soon drawn into the investigation. The little Belgian detective, with his egg-shaped head and impeccable mustache, wastes no time in gathering information. Hastings, eager to help but often baffled by Poirot's methods, follows him as he methodically interviews the household and examines the scene of the crime. The investigation takes many twists and turns. Suspicion first falls on Alfred Inglethorp, Emily's much younger husband. His strange behavior, his financial motives, and the clear animosity between him and the rest of the household make him an obvious suspect. Evelyn Howard, in particular, had warned Emily about him, and on the day of her death, she had argued violently with him. But Poirot, ever the methodical detective, is not so easily swayed by appearances. As Poirot digs deeper, he uncovers a web of lies, hidden relationships, and long-held grudges. John Cavendish, the eldest stepson, is burdened by financial troubles and has his own reasons for resenting his stepmother. Lawrence Cavendish, a quiet and reserved man, is equally implicated when details of his troubled medical career come to light. Mary Cavendish, with her calm demeanor, harbors secrets of her own, and her close relationship with Dr. Bauerstein raises eyebrows. Cynthia Murdoch, seemingly innocent, is also drawn into the puzzle due to her work in the hospital dispensary, where poisons are readily available. Poirot carefully pieces together the evidence: a coffee cup smashed deliberately, a fragment of green fabric, the strange timing of Emily's final symptoms. He focuses on the seemingly insignificant details that others overlook, knowing that in these small clues lies the key to the truth. As the investigation progresses, he realizes that the crime is more intricate than it first appeared. One of the critical pieces of evidence is Emily's will. It had been changed shortly before her death, leaving her entire fortune to Alfred. This seems like a damning motive, but Poirot is not convinced that things are so simple. The more he observes, the more he suspects that the murderer has carefully crafted a scheme to mislead everyone, planting evidence to point the blame in the wrong direction. After meticulous investigation and a dramatic final confrontation, Poirot gathers the household together to reveal the truth. He explains how the murder was carried out with cold precision, using a rare poison to make Emily's death look natural. The guilty party had planned everything down to the smallest detail, manipulating the evidence to frame Alfred and mislead the police. But Poirot's sharp mind sees through the ruse. The real murderer is not Alfred, but someone much closer to Emily. The murderer had exploited the complex relationships within the household, banking on the obvious animosity toward Alfred to draw suspicion away from themselves. In the end, it is revealed that one of Emily's stepsons, along with an unexpected accomplice, had orchestrated the entire plot, motivated by a mix of financial desperation and deep-seated resentment. With the crime solved, the household at Styles Court is left to pick up the pieces. Poirot's brilliance has not only brought justice for Emily Inglethorp, but also unraveled the dark secrets that had been festering within the family. For Hastings, the case is an eye-opening experience, one that leaves him in awe of Poirot's unparalleled deductive skills. As the quiet returns to Styles Court, it is clear that nothing will ever be the same again. That's it for today, but if you're craving more, dive into the rest of Hercule Poirot series by Agatha Christie. The details are in the description, or just search on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Agatha Christie's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.